Hi everyone, welcome to the Strip Down to Love podcast video where the essence of love comes from within. So today, as you know, is just the reintroduction video to where you can learn a little bit more about me and where I can explain, obviously a little bit more about myself. The first introduction was, melded into a lot of the background, and I didn't really give you much about me. But today, here it is. So, and I'll probably do this, maybe every 6 months maybe, so that we can all learn a little bit more about each other and stay connected. All right, so if you haven't noticed by now, I am from Hawaii. I'm born and raised, and I am of Hawaiian ancestry. Professionally, I am a family nurse practitioner, and I guess that is just my way of assisting people on their healing journey, which I love my job, and I can't necessarily go into a lot of detail about it, but just know that it is a very rewarding job, and you get to meet and see people on specific journeys that you wouldn't actually be able to see otherwise. So, I come from a small town in Hawaii, or Hawaii, we like to call it. The importance of family was engineered in me from a very young age. So, my family doesn't operate without anything being a family event. If one of us needs help, then we all help or pitch in, or we at least talk with each other and see, where one can pick up loose ends, or if somebody's busy, then the other person can help. So, as I grow older, I realize that family is very important, or at least having people that are true staples in your life is very, very important. So this idea goes back to working together for the success of the whole. As you know, I am of Hawaiian ancestry, like I had just said in the beginning, and the idea of working together for the success of the whole goes back to ancient Hawaiian days. Everyone in the Ahupua'a, so an Ahupua'a is a huge acreage of land that runs from the mountain to the sea. And on this Ahupua'a, there are farmers, there are fishermen, there are weavers, there are people that are included in this mountain to the sea, or Mauka to Makai community. So everyone within this Ahupua'a plays their specific role for the betterment of the collective. So thus, this podcast was designed to allow you to feel that you are not alone on this journey of healing, or just on this journey in general. It is here for you to culminate good and great vibrations and frequencies to bring out the best in you. Some of the topics here may be uncomfortable, but when you add a spiritual lens to it, it's not so bad. So I know that a lot of the times, just viewing something from a human perspective may not allow for deeper connection or deeper understanding. But when we add a spiritual lens to a specific situation that maybe have hurt us or even made us excited, that's just, and we understand it from a very deep level, that is your soul story. That is allowing you to get on to the next level so you can enjoy and you can accomplish your soul goals. So that is when your story that maybe you came here to experience is being written or rewritten, you know what I mean? So that's why this podcast is here, is to remind you again that you are not alone here on this journey, and that with this information you can feel lighter within your energy points. So yeah, I grew up fishing, hunting, and picking coffee, all the while, and obviously growing up on a farm. So, and all the while being actually pushed to succeed in academics. So, my time on the farm. My time on the farm was very good. It was loving. And I think about it now, and like, I actually, as a child, never actually wanted to leave the farm because I feel like it was safe and it was a very loving place with a lot of hard work because, as being a farmer, if you don't work, then you don't eat, right? So you gotta really put in a lot of work into your craft, into your livelihood. So yeah, but anyway, I guess maybe later when I reintroduce myself later, then I'll talk more about the farm. But so succeeding in school got me, it really got to me sometimes. And I'll admit, especially in college, if you watch the first or listen to the first video, a lot of the time I hid from my pain, and I hid my pain and I hid from my pain, and I ignored it, right? But now that I have time to really think about it, and because I'm not in college, or I'm not distracted by so many specific deadlines, or distracted by the idea of success, and pressure from, because being in college, and especially graduate school, you have a lot of pressure, and that never really leaves room for, I would say, you're just a robot, basically. Like, you're paying to go to school to be a robot, to absorb this information as quickly, and to like drink it down and to absorb it into your mind, body, and soul, and then take a test afterwards to see if you are good enough to to become a successful primary care provider. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't really leave a lot of room to sift through things. And so now that I'm out of college, I am able to sift through it so that I can learn from it and turn a doubtful thought into a reassuring one. The key word here is sift through it, not swim in it, and not live in it, not carry it with you. Because carrying it, swimming in it, living in it, ultimately becomes baggage, and then it becomes you. When it's baggage, that energy never really clears. And it's very heavy energy. And we're here to write our story, right? So you want to be able to write the best story that you can for yourself. Show up for yourself. I think that is one thing that I want to impress upon you today, is to show up for yourself. because the love and the answers are within you. One thing that I can say is that I am very grateful for this journey here. It wasn't always easy, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it is made up of it is very, very beautiful, I would say that, but it's also a lot of work. It's a lot of working through turmoil. It's a lot of working through feelings that maybe you never even knew how to work through. It's a lot of being adaptive. And so the spiritual journey isn't just made for you to be plucked out of one situation and, I guess, doused in lucky and unicorn glitter and everything else and then put back. Because if you are just taken out and dipped and put back in the situation, all of that eventually sheds off, right? And you're left with the same core. So when you specifically, not anyone else, but when you are able to fix, I don't really want to use the word fix either, but work with, mend, heal your inner core, now that is long lasting and that is forever. So just use this podcast to find your light, and however and with whatever way that looks like to you. So this is just, as like I said in the very first episode, is this podcast is here for you to use as a tool to find your light and to heal your core and to ultimately love your core and information that you came here with. So again, I thank you so much, and I send you love as always, always, always.